Hello, and welcome to Gamer Premonitions, Kingdom Hearts 3. Today, we're going to be covering the movie Big Hero 6 and the world based on that's going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. I have with me, as usual, our co-host, KZ Excellent from kzexcellent.com. How you doing, buddy?
Boop.
And Mr. Feel from Mr. Feel's Wild Ride. How are you doing, my actual friend?
Hello.
What does that mean?
I suppose I didn't answer the question. I'm fine.
Oh, okay, thank you. I was actually worried that your deflection was your way of not talking about your internal emotional state, so thank you for briefing me on that. And as always, Bob.
Hey guys, what's up?
From GigaBoots.com. As I said before, today we're covering Big Hero 6 in the world that will be based on that in Kingdom Hearts 3. But before we get to that, we need to know, what is Big Hero 6? Mr. Feel, can you tell us?
Big Hero 6 is a 2014 Marvel movie that Disney absolutely does not want you to know is a Marvel movie for some reason. Hiro Hamada, a teenage genius, must learn to cope with the loss of his older brother and stop a supervillain. Aiding him is a large robot named Baymax that some depraved mongrels on the internet might call, quote, thick, end quote. And his brother's friends. They don't matter, though, unless you're a Twitter guy who constantly posts about the Steppy. Then one of them matters. The fact this movie never got a sequel is proof we're on the bad timeline. Dan, what did you think of Big Hero 6?
Well, thank you for that incredibly accurate synopsis, Mr. Feel.
That was a tactical burn you put in there, too.
My review of Big Hero 6 goes something like this. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines a hero as a person admired for achievements and noble qualities, and I'm not one to personify films very often. But I'm willing to say that Big Hero 6 was my hero after watching the disappointing film Frozen. It also has really good comedy writing, 3 out of 4. Bob, what did you think about Big Hero 6?
I liked it a good bit.
Took me on a ride.
I'd say it's my second favorite film we've watched, being old by Tangled, and I want to rate it 3, so I guess I have to move Tangled up to 4. That's just how
Wait a second! Revisionist history. I accept it.
I haven't felt so cheated by someone trying to rewrite history since IGN went back and deleted their Front Mission 3 review.
It was just too
It was a
beautiful
review
to
in
word
progress,
world.
Dan.
They were in progress of realizing, man, this guy can't write.
Maybe we remove the review completely.
I gave Kingdom Hearts 3 a 6 out of 10. I didn't get to play as Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is in the cutscenes. I want to play as Mickey Mouse.
That's gonna happen. That's gonna be a real review that someone's gonna give for that game.
Why is so much time wasted on the plot? I just want wacky Disney adventures.
Yeah, and I guarantee you that review probably going to be on IGN.
KZ didn't laugh after I said that because his hand just gripped his armrest until his knuckles turned white.
I mean, that's how that's the state I'm in when I think about games reviews. But
The only thing that could be worse is if they also called the game Floaty.
I taste mercury.
KZ Excellent, what did you think of the movie Big Hero 6?
Frozen is a fantastic movie. One would say a 4 out of 4.
I guess they could. Those are numbers. KZ, what did you think of the movie Big Hero 6?
Oh, that one. I watched that yesterday.
Oh, wow.
All right. Big Hero 6 was a very solid film. Some shots and action sequences look like shit you'd see in Kingdom Hearts anyway, so I guess that's why it's in this game. I had a fun time with this, and it reminded me that maybe I gave Pirates too high a score. So Pirates is a 3 now. Also, Big Hero 6 is a 3. Frozen, still Kino.
I think I'm okay with Bob's revisionist history if that means we get to enjoy KZ's revisionist history. Anything to take Pirates down a peg.
I was so happy that he was revising his. I'm like, yes, I'm not the only one.
Mr. Feel, what did you think of the movie Big Hero 6?
Okay, first I would like to apologize to all of you and the audience, because on our last episode I said Frozen would be the best movie we watched, and I no longer think that. That was inaccurate. Yes. I was very arrogant, and I woefully underestimated Big Hero 6. But that wasn't my review. Here's my actual review. That was just preface.
Yes.
Despite some problems with having a somewhat disposable extended cast, the core emotional conflict in Big Hero 6 is very well done, and all of the action scenes look incredible. It is a better Marvel movie than 70% of the Marvel movies. 4 out of 4.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I probably would like Marvel movies more if they had this level of solid foundation in writing.
If they had a villain that the hero like had a parallel to instead of just I want revenge and here's my sky laser to get revenge.
Sky lasers are very important.
Or if they had like action scenes half as original as anything in this movie.
Yeah, no, there's a laundry list of problems with your average Marvel film, which is yeah, I'm really glad this movie didn't end up like that. I do think it came off a little too far on the thin side as when it comes to quality of normal writing, like characterization and things like that, because I do like you made the joke earlier in your synopsis. I do feel like the brothers' friends are just two-dimensional stereotypes.
They're just there, but that's fine because it's so focused on him and Baymax.
Right. So that's sort of the thing, right?
Woman up.
And presumably, if they hadn't been condemned to animated series hell, we'd have gotten a sequel where they got fleshed out more, which I hope still happens.
Right, and that's what I was hoping for too, but I'm a pessimist, so...
Wait, they actually did made an animated series? Yeah. Of course they did.
They still don't give any of his brother's friends actual names in the animated series, because none of those are their real names. Those are all nicknames, but we never find out their real names anywhere.
Wow.
I would like to take a moment before we move away from the reviews and into the premonitions to ask a question and make a remark based on a comment from last episode. And I'm asking this question to everyone. Did I give any movie a 4?
No, you did not.
So 3 is the peak of my scale. There was a comment on the Frozen episode that was like, man, it's something along the lines of their review scores are so whack. And I just replied, yeah, it's almost like a whole point 4 out of 4 scale is miserable for expressing nuance. It's almost like it's a bit.
I think that's your fault. You're the one who picked this score. I was pushing for 13-point scale.
It's almost like the whole joke was that you can't have nuance.
It is almost like that.
I don't know about that.
But no, it's fine.
So
what's up?
So one thing I wanted to point out was viewing these movies toward the end was great because I just synced up whenever Phil was live tweeting them. He sent me this at 6:57 p.m. saying this. I had a fucking aneurysm. There's a shot that looks like an organization member posing ominously.
Yeah.
Yes.
The villain in this movie's fucking hilarious. He looks just like it.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
So in the very first scene with the villain, when they show him on the catwalk, my brain, like, stopped. Because here's the thing. You don't actually see everything that you see. Most people don't know this. Your brain fills in a lot from memory.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Which is how you can lose things for a long time that are right on the table in front of you. My brain just put an Organization 13 guy where he was.
Right, because you fully expected that is what would be there based on the silhouette and the context and the everything.
And the microbots which resemble swelling darkness goo.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yes.
It's almost like this movie is perfect for Kingdom Hearts 3.
I've never seen a Kingdom Hearts enemy that's some sort of pile of heartless monsters that fling at you. I don't think that's a thing. And
No.
Yes, it is.
I know.
They made that tech. Oh, okay.
I know you fight it like 3 times in that freaking 2.8.
You see, what happened is Disney saw that announced trailer and said, we'll do that.
What I 100% think that because those enemies are in 0.2.
Yep.
I absolutely believe they are in 0.2 as a test run for things we're going to see in this world.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to get people used to making things like this early.
Is that your first premonition?
No.
No, he makes like 80 of them per episode.
That's just a game theory. I can start off if you want, though.
Yes, Mr. Field, can you please start?
Okay, my premonition is this world will be after the final battle scene we saw in the most recent trailer. And I have many reasons for thinking that. First is the really stupid reason. Repliku, the replica of Riku from Chain of Memories,
Yeah.
is the Organization 13 member in the Big Hero 6 world.
Yeah.
Well, there's multiple, because I think we've seen others in little snips here and there. But he's wearing an Organization 13 coat.
Yes.
He is not wearing an Organization 13 coat when he fights Riku in the final battle trailer.
I love Kingdom Hearts.
So I think he will officially be made a member then and get his coat. And the other reason I think this is after is because, one, it's so fitting, and this is the only world where it's been explicitly from day one, like, this is a sequel. This is a sequel to the world. We really wanted to do this for Kingdom Hearts. This is a sequel, which makes me think it's a little bit more important than the other worlds.
I love that you immediately open with, so, you know that clone of Riku from the game that Dan didn't play.
No, it's great. I'm really glad he did that. It has aided me immensely.
What a nightmare. It's like walking and someone speaking a different language and you're like, here it comes. I can't imagine someone clicking onto this episode not knowing what Kingdom Hearts is.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to send our final episode to a friend I have that is totally blind on the series.
Can you get them to do an actual, and this may be the only time I've ever wanted this in human history, a live reaction to it? Can we get, like, them filming their face as they cope?
She'd never do it.
Aw, jeez. Okay. Well, thank you for your premonition, Feel. It's very keen. I would like to point out, it's a bit behind the scenes stuff. For those who haven't really remembered since the first episode and haven't put it together yet, I have played exactly as many Kingdom Hearts games as I have now as I did at the beginning of this series. I have not played Kingdom Hearts in 6 weeks.
Good job, Dan.
I still haven't played Birth by Sleep or Dream Drop Distance.
We had a plan. It fell apart.
But by the time this episode comes out, I will have beaten Birth by Sleep if all goes according to Keikaku. Bob, would you like to go second?
Sure, I can do that. I thought it'd be really neat if they remade the portal dimension. Because we know this is after the movie, but I feel like they're going to figure out some way to actually have that portal world, just because it's so crazy looking in there.
Yeah.
I know a way that they probably will.
Bob, keep running.
Here's me.
Keep running.
Here's me.
He's coming for your premonition, man.
You said that, and I'm like, wait,
used
what and how?
Well, I mean, just the visuals, not literally the portal dimension.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I think what's very likely is, because the first thing I thought of when I saw that portal dimension is that looks like a gummy ship level. So I think when you do the gummy ship route to get to the Big Hero 6 world, it'll probably be very similar to that.
yeah, they could do that. I was thinking there'd be some sort of like extra boss in there, like after the main story of it.
I also kind of thought that maybe that's what Organization 13 wants, is the portal tech, so they can use it to open the door to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, no, that was actually one of my other premonitions, but oh well.
Oops.
I told you to keep running, Bob. I told you to keep running.
It's okay.
It's fine.
You can go back to the first you can listen to this whole podcast in a row, and my power level continues to grow over the course of the podcast.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go third, and it kind of has something to do with what Bob was just talking about.
Was it you afraid you'll lose this one?
No, I don't think I will. KZ, are you gonna take this from me?
No, because I don't know what it is.
Okay, there we go. So you were just talking about the portal world and how it's incredibly likely they'll go into it. Did you have any other details?
No, that was in a box
so
in there.
Here's my theory. The purple Baymax Sora is fighting in the longer TGS Big Hero 6 trailer will end up being the Baymax left in the portal at the end of the movie, and it'll be recovered and corrupted by the enemy group. It'll be corrupted by Organization 13.
That kind of makes sense.
Good news, that was confirmed 3 years ago.
What? What do you mean 3 years ago? What do you
I think it was right when they announced the world.
Okay, they announced it in I think it was August of 2015.
Bob,
they gave us concept art and said, "Here's Dark Baymax. It's the original Baymax."
Fucking damn it!
Oh my god,
that's bullshit. I'm sorry I didn't check every PR. I'm just saying
You got sniped by time.
I got cooked by history?
Yes.
Fucking son of a bitch.
So I've got mine. If
wait a second, that shouldn't count.
Well, mine's similar to what we're talking about.
You know what? No, I'm gonna be the bigger man. I'm gonna take that L. I'm not gonna be like KZ last episode.
You can go again after KZ.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. I'm not gonna be like KZ last episode, and when people point out I have a limp dick premonition, I'm not gonna go in and redo it. I'm just gonna let it suck. And KZ, you can take your turn.
You sound incredibly upset right now, but
No, it's fine.
So the world is going to be a sequel to the movie because they're not going to make a sequel to this movie for some reason.
Oh, there is no God. That's why.
There's 2 seasons of a TV show. That's a sequel.
2 seasons.
Yeah, I think it has 2 seasons.
Wow.
There's an old man in steampunk armor named Baron von Steamer.
Sounds like a really great series.
Well, my theory is in opposition to Feel, which will make these interesting when people actually play the game. I think the organization member of the world is Data Riku, because there's a lot of tech stuff involved in the world.
Is there also a Data Riku? I didn't play Coded.
Alright, so for lore, Recoded is a very middling video game that has a 3-hour movie that you will never want to watch because it's the most boring thing alive.
See, when you said we had to watch back cover, I thought you were talking about that, because
No.
I've actually seen back cover. I haven't seen that. So what you're saying is we should not do an episode of Gamer Premonitions based on Recoded.
If you want, I can stop talking about Recoded and we
No,
can.
I am not watching that fucking video. So no.
Okay, KZ, continue.
So, to summarize it, the premise of that game is that you remember, like, in Kingdom Hearts 1, you had your journal where they wrote down everything that happened in the game.
Yeah.
Well, Chain of Memories, due to memory magic, the journal became blank. So they decided to decode the journal into data, which then created a Data Riku, the guardian of the journal book. So the current speculation is that this Data Riku has left the data world and is potentially the organization member of Big Hero 6 because many of the attacks used in a boss in that world use glitch-looking blocks that were only used in Coded.
Since they can't use the microbots because of plot reasons, it really looks like they're just using the bug bots, the bug blocks, the exact same way.
Yeah, and I was thinking that the organization member of the world is Data Riku working with an original villain for the world, like an original character possibly. And their plan is just to recover the original Baymax, make him Dark Baymax. But the crux of it is it's going to be Data Riku. Because people are still questioning it. They're like, what if it's a 4th Riku? And I start stroking out.
There's too many Rikus.
They're like, no, they're like, what if Xehanort picks up a version of Riku when he was evil in Kingdom Hearts 1, and that's our 4th Riku?
What if there was just a harem series where Sora had to woo all these different Rikus?
I'd play it.
Hey, Bob. Would
Hey.
you like to start our second round of premonitions?
I don't know if I can follow that up. That's too much. But I'll try. Sure. Yeah, let's
Guys,
go.
It's okay,
guys.
my rest of mine aren't related to plot.
I don't want to be a terrible person, but I just looked at some of Bob's premonitions.
Yeah, no, they're bad.
He lost one of them in the fire.
I'm sorry, Bob.
No, it's okay. I got this.
Bob's
All right,
strong.
so-
He can move on.
So my next premonition. We know that Baymax is the party member who joins your team, but I'm thinking the rest of the heroes will be like reaction command sort of stuff. Like maybe they'll take place in fight scene or in boss sequences, or maybe even just something more regular. So you can get in like the girl with the sticky bombs, or I don't even know what hero would do without Baymax. So I don't know. Maybe just the motorcycle girl, her, and the guy with the lightning arms. Yeah, I don't know.
I like that guy.
Well, you're fighting glitch blocks, so maybe there'll be like a reaction command where Hero jumps in and like reprograms the blocks so they hit the boss or something.
Yeah, and I guess that Sora gets his microbot Keyblade, I guess, because he's
nano
got
arm.
he's got his visor on, so I assume that's what lets him control those.
I think that's probably just because he doesn't have it when they first get in the world, so I think it's just something Hero builds for him for some reason or another.
I have a mini prediction I wasn't going to put as one of my 4 based on that. Where it's Hero will give you that, and he will just Skype you in occasionally to give you information. So it'll just be like a communicator.
Yeah, that would be really neat.
Because you're going to be flying around areas
Right.
with Baymax, so I imagine there will be points like, don't go there, or like, he's going this way. Go to the north part of town.
Real quick, I was so floored by having history cuck me on my first premonition. I forgot to note the last detail of my premonition.
You have no idea how excited.
Yeah, no, I walked right into that fucking tree, and you just sat in the park all day waiting for it. I think the Baymax you're going to be traveling the rest of the world with will be a reprogrammed and recovered Dark Baymax. Because
You don't think he's going to be the boss?
I don't think it's going to be the original. Or I think it's going to be the original Baymax with Sora, and the second Baymax stays with Hero.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't think there's only one Baymax. I think when you start getting into the flight stuff, or rather, by the end of the world, let me phrase it that way. By the end of the world, you're traveling around with the second Baymax.
That'd be cool. Like they'll make heroes like blue or something.
Or maybe you get that Baymax, the original Baymax, as a summon.
Ooh,
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Or a gummy ship, I guess. I guess it could be either.
I will fucking lose it if I'm flying Baymax through space in gummy ship segments.
Look, you can fly around as Ultros.
They give you a gummy ship type that woman ship that they used in that experiment.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah.
It's a little dark.
Man, yeah, I don't know. Flying Baymax through gummy ship segments may be the only thing that remotely compares to flying Ultros through gummy ship segments for me.
He also talks.
Flying Mike Wazowski's car is pretty good.
See, when you that's true. That's very true. It does get up into that echelon.
We've had some really good ideas.
But yeah, I think when the big bosses explode, Baymax makes that sound he does after dabs. He just goes wooloo wooloo loo.
God.
He does that every time you blow up a big enemy.
That's what happens at the end of The Limit with Baymax. Him and Sora fist pound.
Yeah, they
and
fist
do
bump,
that.
and then they go wooloo loo loo. That'd be good.
I want to hear Donald do it.
Is per usual.
Right? How the fuck do you do that?
You know, before we watched all these trailers,
Yeah.
I was thinking that Hero might make him like some sort of Robo Goofy to ride around on instead of a Baymax.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
It would have been great.
That's terrifying.
And then KZ just forces the camera into
Into his
Robo
mouth.
Goofy's mouth.
Yes.
And then KZ's just gonna have like an Optimus Prime filter on his voice as he goes into his mic.
Boop boop. Her is the right of all sentient beings.
Become his god.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do the second premonition. Well, actually, wait. I did second for the first round, didn't I?
You did third on the first round.
Did I? It went Feel Bob
Yes,
me.
it was third.
Okay, so I'll go second the second round. Baymax is gonna explain puberty to Sora.
I want this. I didn't even consider this, but I want it so bad.
Yeah, I want this, and I'm gonna be upset if it doesn't happen.
There's no way it will happen, and I want it so badly.
It's like,
In
come on.
terms of predictions, in the tiers of predictions, it is at the top alongside Bahamut Rex.
Yes. Oh man. Yeah, no, it would just be way too delightful because there's been that time jump. I feel like it would be way too delightful for Sora to have things explained to him by Baymax.
From Sora's perspective, he went from being 13 to being 15.
He's like a micro Lion-O from Thundercats, where instead of just turning from a tiny child into a ripped-ass 20-year-old, he did the half step. Thundercats jokes. Xeon's laughing.
Xeon's not watching.
Was that it, Dan? Was that your premonition?
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing. That's
That's all you need.
dude, that's I want it. I really want that fucking puberty gag with Sora. It's just I saw that scene in the movie and I'm like, yes, absolutely. I need him to have this interaction with Sora, and then Hero jumps into like, oh no, don't, please. I'm gonna say Feel go ahead and go third on the second
KZ
round.
should go because he went last time.
Okay, that's right. Okay, KZ, you go third.
Hello, that's me.
So KZ, what's your premonition?
Okay, so I'm gonna do a Bob and pick a Final Fantasy cameo prediction.
Bob, I'm so sorry.
I got enough written down. He's not gonna get all of them.
He's written down one at a time the entire cast of Final Fantasy VI.
I'm not gonna pick the right one.
He's not gonna guess Ghost Train.
What?
But let's go ahead, Casey.
So, all right. So my prediction is that there will be an optional boss. It will be Gilgamesh, who acts like a supervillain, and Donald is afraid of him.
Okay, fuck you, because this was gonna be the first thing I took from you during the last episode. So I'm just gonna open that and read the weapons I think Gilgamesh will have because I wrote those down.
What? Okay. Feels preparing.
Here is the weapons I believe Gilgamesh will wield if he appears in a Final Fantasy game.
Okay.
Fenrir, which is the Advent Children Cloud Keyblade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One-Winged Angel, which is the Keyblade you get from beating Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1. Lionheart, which is the Squall Keyblade. Ride the Wind, which is the Aran Keyblade. And Wade the Dawn, which is Riku's evil wing, angel wing Keyblade, and Kingdom Key. And when you beat him, they'll all fall apart because they're all fake.
Hey, Bob, got it memorized?
I cannot believe that he labeled every weapon, just all of them. I was just speechless.
I don't know. That seems pretty on brand.
It is on brand for my apprentice.
Hey, Phil, what is your second premonition?
Okay, this one is slightly less insane than what I just said. In the Big Hero 6 trailer, Baymax, Sora, Gogo Tamago, and Hero are sitting on the top of the San Francisco Bridge, and they're eating ice cream.
Oh, no!
It is not sea salt ice cream.
No, it's not.
So I am going to predict what ice cream flavor they are eating.
Okay.
I've been waiting all day for this.
Okay.
They are eating black sesame ice cream.
Jesus fucking shit.
Okay, is there a reason? Is there some deeper lore?
Yes, I'm going to sound like a lunatic.
He worries about this in episode 6.
What theme park is that?
Okay, so sea salt ice cream is in the Kingdom Hearts series because Nomura had it at Tokyo Disney and really liked it.
Yep.
Black sesame ice cream is a thing in Japan and it's very popular. So I cross-referenced all of the stuff from the Tokyo Disney websites to see if they had black sesame ice cream. And they do. So that is my take, is that they will be eating black sesame ice cream.
Eventually, one of your predictions is going to be, so I doxed Nomura.
I need to know where he
honestly
lives.
thought that was this premonition. I thought he was going to be like, so I cross-referenced where Nomura lives.
So Nomura said that he based some of the outfits in Kingdom Hearts 3 on his own wardrobe. So I broke into his house and opened his closet.
Oh, wow. Getting the scoops.
You find a small target board with knives and blood on it. It's Tabata's face on it.
No, it's just Noctis.
Last episode, Phil said that the kids in Twilight Town are kid forms of the people in the bouncer. He made a gag about that.
I said it was plausible that in
Right.
Nomura's heart, that's what that was.
Right, yes. Thank you for clarifying because I couldn't remember exactly how you said it. So I'm watching this movie and I see Hero's hair and all I could think of is Noctis and I'm just... it put me in an uncomfortable headspace is what I'm saying because that fat kid being Cole Fo, as ludicrous as that was, just has been sticking with me. I feel like Phil just said that because he knows I'm the resident bouncer fan, and it's just gonna eat away at me.
Just trying to get him excited.
That's how you get Dan excited for Kingdom Hearts. You bring up the bouncer.
I feel nothing during Disney movies, but bouncer.
I like Tangled and Big Hero 6. They have the highest score I've ever given a movie on this podcast.
I love games like The Bouncer, where only the character that gets the last hit gets experience, and even then, only the player character gets it if they get it. If your NPC allies get the last hit, they get nothing, and nobody gets anything. The experience just vanishes into the void.
Feel I need him to play The Bouncer. Stop spoiling what
the
will
final
horrify
episode.
him.
You'll hear a noise, and it's like, KZ, what was that? Oh, I just snapped this disc in half after the next Bouncer fucking reference.
You know, San Francisco, kinda similar to the city in The Bouncer.
Where the fuck is this case?
Hey KZ, why don't you go first with the next round of premonitions?
Oh, hold on, I'm looking for it.
No, you should come back and just do some premonitions.
Hold on, I can see him from here.
No, it's
Dan
fine.
doing hostage negotiation live on the
Come back to the
podcast.
microphone and just do some premonitions, KZ. It's gonna be
Okay.
It's gonna be okay.
All right. Okay, hold on. There we go. I found it. So we've seen time trial minigames in this world where you kind of go through rings across like a highway or something.
Yeah, you do
Yeah,
the
free falling through them and stuff.
you do the modern Sonic thing, ride a rail through rings.
Yeah. I'm thinking there'll be a variation of that where you will do a racing minigame with Go-Go, which would be I assume the kink character with the wheels on her feet.
Yes, she's the one that certain people on Twitter are very into.
Yes, I think that there will be some racing minigames where you try to do different routes, and I feel like you'll have to think outside the box on some of them, because she'll naturally be faster than you, but you can run up entire buildings.
Right.
There's like a move where if you use shot locks, which you'll find out about this weekend, where you can kind of just target things, and Sora can shoot forward at them at really high speeds. So I think that they'll have some sort of...
Wait, so Nomura just gave Sora Noctis's thing.
Yeah, you can target like certain things in the worlds. Like they showed it in an Olympus trailer, and he will just shoot forward toward it, and it works against enemies and certain objects, so you can like get to high places.
I feel like Nomura just has Tabata in his closet and is like sucking parts of his soul out, and another feature from Final Fantasy 15 appears in Kingdom Hearts 3.
I would like to note that this drama you keep building every episode between the two of them is getting as weird as the Legacy of Kain series at this point.
He literally made Riku look exactly like Noctis so he could have a better Noctis in his game.
I know because I broke into his house and he told me.
I saw the evidence, but you look, and Kingdom Hearts 3 has a lot of stuff that 15 was going to have and does have.
Yeah.
And I think what he did was he looked at those things and went, all right, let me talk to my team. How can we make this fun?
Like, he literally named, like, Scala ad Calum, and Noctis's last name is Calum. Like, it's pretty blatant at this point.
That could just be his thing with Latin, but it's getting harder to deny.
Yeah.
Nomura's revenge.
Oh no, there's definitely really good case for it. I'm just saying the part where
He added that cooking mini game with Ratatouille just to have better looking food than Final Fantasy 15.
And they already said that it's food that gives you buffs.
But it is impossible to have better looking food than Final Fantasy 15.
It'll look like anime food.
Well, okay. But it won't look better.
Yeah.
Because that food in 15 looks
They do
delicious.
a collaboration with Vanillaware to do the food.
Nomura like does like a Marvel vs. Capcom 3 pose, and there's like a hit spark, and he calls in Vanillaware and Ghibli to do the food.
George Tammy just busts out of a window.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the first premonition of the third wave, okay?
Go right ahead, Dan.
Because either Repliku or Data Riku, we're uncertain, is going to be in San Francisco. I feel like the final battle of that world will be incredibly intense and against said Riku. I think it's going to be so intense that Sora's going to need some extra help. So Fred's dad, Stan Lee, is going to join Big Hero 6 and Sora in his incredibly emotional battle with Repliku or Data Riku and his Microbot army.
So I have a chain to that, because I do have a Stan Lee one, sort of.
Okay.
This is just a minor thing, but I absolutely think this will happen. Mm-hmm. Goofy will be able to get the shield that is mounted on the wall mounted on Stan Lee's wall.
Yes!
Because there's what is obviously a shield.
Yep.
And it looks like it's like a cartoony Marvel-looking shield, and I think Goofy will be able to get that.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
And since it won't be in a shop, Dan will get it.
God damn it! I visited shops in Kingdom Hearts 2. Just, really late
Yeah,
in the
you saw
game.
Dewey's brother Wedge.
Yes. Yeah.
You also bought the shields twice. And then you tried to equip it to Sora.
Hour 16 was rough.
Dude, you know how fucking long that stream was.
By the way, that was hour 11.
Don't do this to me. It was enough that I could keep my human form as opposed to my skeleton form up on the live stream's live cam.
Now, by the way, you equipping the shield to Sora was an hour 4.
Now imagine, instead of something simple like buying a shield and equipping it, it's the most difficult to understand concepts in the entire series all given to you at once. That's what Dream Drop Distance
I
is
knew
going
he
to
was
be.
gonna fucking finish that with that. I knew that was gonna be the end of that fucking statement. Look forward to Dream Drop. Cool. Great. Very
Your brain's
excited.
gonna get really big, Dan.
We're going to get to the end of that stream and Dan's just going to fucking turn into Megamind.
Yeah, I hear by the end of Dream Drop Distance, I should be able to use my brain to think philosophy majors to death. That is what I've heard that game does to people's brain.
People are gonna be freaked out at your work, gonna be like, hey Dan, where do you work out? And you're gonna say, the library.
So I feel like, let's see. Phil, you haven't gone second yet, have you?
Correct, I have not.
Phil, go ahead and go second.
Okay, so this is one I came up with while we were recording based on what KZ said, because I'm going to be a completely gutless coward and play both sides of the Repliku Data Riku thing.
Oh, nice. So either way, you win.
All right, I need to make a correction to what I said because I made a big mistake.
Okay.
I said Data Riku when clearly you should be calling him Rikupedia.
Okay, so Rikupedia is Data, and Rikupedia will have gotten Dark Baymax and will likely have access to his memory banks. So they will use that explicitly so we can fight Data Kabuki Mask Guy.
Oh my god!
Data Callahan?
Because I feel like it would, if they don't have something functionally identical to him in those action scenes, then there's no point in this fucking world even being in the game. Because that's the coolest thing in the movie by far.
It is really unbelievably cool.
It is the most visually impressive thing in the movie by far, in many movies by far.
Yeah.
And I like, even if it's just him using bug blocks instead of microbots, I think he will be in there and it will be exactly like what he does in the action scenes.
I would like to point out that I regret not saying this during the review segment, but, reviews are supposed to be limited to 2 sentences. It is absolutely insane that Tangled and Frozen look largely the same visually, and then the next year Big Hero 6 looks unbelievably better visually.
That scene where Hero is giving the presentation on the microbots, I lost my breath at how good that looked in places.
Yeah. I was legitimately sad we were watching it via Amazon's shitty stream quality, and I'm like, the one movie we didn't just go by. We bought Toy Story 1 through 3, but nah, don't buy Big Hero 6. That's a risk.
Yeah, but you bought it from an illegitimate vendor or some shit.
That's real.
Well,
it's a real vendor. It's called Europe, Casey. Look into it sometime.
Europe isn't fucking real with your crumpets and your Big Ben and your, can I have some porridge?
Look on the bright side, Dan. Now you can buy a Blu-ray and watch it on the OLED.
Yay. But is it in
OLEDs
4K
aren't
Blu-ray?
real.
Bob, you need to go search up if they have a 4K Blu-ray.
They have a 4K Blu-ray for that.
Jeez.
Of course they do.
I could have owned a good movie other than Terminator 2 on 4K Blu-ray.
I'm
Guys,
glad that I didn't watch Disney movies after, Home on the Range, because these were quite impressive.
I did watch Zootopia, but that was it.
Oh, of course you'd watch.
Shut the fuck up, KZ.
Had someone come into my job and ask me, because they know me from elsewhere, they're like, hey, is Black Cauldron gonna be in Kingdom Hearts 3? And I just looked them in the eye and said, yeah, just believe. It's gonna be there, man. It's a secret reveal. We're gonna boot up the final game. Fuck what I'm saying. Bob, do they have a 4K Blu-ray? They don't have a fucking... It's fine. It's fine.
Owned again.
4K Blu-ray is a fucking farce, but whatever. Whose turn is it? It's Bob's. Bob goes
Yeah,
third.
sure.
Hey,
I'll
Bob.
go. All right. So at the beginning of the movie, we have Hero going around to all these little bot fights. Like
Yeah,
battle
he
bots.
does his battle bots. Yeah.
Yeah, he does the battle bots with his
Yeah.
Metabot.
Yeah, true.
I want there to be extra fights all over the city where very much in the setting like those were. Mm-hmm. So you bet on them and you actually have to participate and fight like some... I guess maybe they can shrink Sora down, or maybe you just fight giant robots. I'm not sure which way you're gonna have to pull this.
Hero shrinks Sora Donald.
So I also had this, and I had how they would facilitate it.
Oh no!
You know how he's able to do this to you every time, Bob? You know how Phil knows what you're going to say ahead of time? Because he beat Dream Drop Distance, and he's that fucking smart.
I think I know where Phil's going.
Okay.
Okay,
They're
Phil.
gonna have Hero make a little robot for Sora, and it will be a altered version of his Toy Story model. It will be a more robotic version of the Toy Story model. Maybe the Toy Story model with like a toy version of the Big Hero 6 visor on it. And that will be what you use to do robot fights.
That's good.
Yeah, that seems very likely. It's funny because someone actually messaged me and they're like, hey, I have a premonition for that world. And I'm like, I'm not really taking premonitions. And they're like, well, it seems to me, having watched the show, that you need them.
Yeah, Mr. Feel has 45 in every episode, so maybe you should take my help.
Maybe you should put down the cheese
Mr.
puffs.
Field gives out 3 per round.
Yeah. So, Bob, I hear you need to lead our 4th round of premonitions.
Sure. I got 2 different Final Fantasy ones here. I feel like I've leaned too much into Final Fantasy 6. That was my first one though. That's the one I feel more confident in.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll do Final Fantasy 15 instead.
No, that game is banished.
Okay, you're right.
What?
I like that. No, it's banned.
You're right. More Final Fantasy 6. Here we go.
That executive decision slamming down.
What's it? Sydney shows up and gets fired out of a cannon into space? What? I don't know.
No, I was gonna say we're gonna see.
Starts dating Goofy.
God! That
It's
was
more
your
likely than her dating Prompto.
that's your
Yikes.
goofy romance moment of the week.
Oh my god. No, it was gonna be it's after at the end of Final Fantasy 15. We're gonna get a post that. So he's all upset and having all the same sort of emotional struggles that Hero does.
And if anyone's upset that Bob just spoiled Final Fantasy 15, he is saving you. Bob is trying to fucking save you from that game.
Please don't play that game.
What are you doing?
No, I side with Bob here. Please don't play that game. There's so much better things you can do with
That
your
game
life.
is fine. How dare you deprive these people like this?
No, you stop lying to them, KZ. I've had enough of your lies and disingenuous assertions.
I like
It's
that
fine.
game, but it
7 out
There's
of
nothing
10.
disingenuous about this. I'll take off my pants right now.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Prove it.
It's happening. It's happening.
Oh my god, you guys, it's happening.
Why?
He's a
Why any of this? Some.
I'm gonna throw him at the microphone.
I was afraid about the ice cream thing, but now I'm not going.
My mic.
Now I'm not going to be the insane person on this episode, so this is good.
I took off my pants for this.
So Bob, that's
better
a pretty
Please
great.
censor that spoiler.
That's a pretty good premonition.
I'm a man of the people.
That's a pretty good premonition there, Bob.
So I've got a Final Fantasy one for you, Bob.
maybe that's too much.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll deal with it. But that was a pretty good premonition. But Phil, I hear you have 37 premonitions and you need to dump another one out. What's
Yeah, here's a free one. They're gonna show Wasabi's dad, and it will be Saz from Final Fantasy 13. Even though I think he has a son already, they'll reveal that Wasabi's is actually a grown-up Dodge.
Oh my god.
Oh, thanks. I couldn't remember Saz's son's name. I was like, fuck, what is this?
Child Afro.
Micro Afro?
It's like he had. Yeah, sure. Why not? What's stopping him?
The kid from the Boondocks.
So, KZ, what's your final premonition?
So, my prediction is that at some point in the game, like it's a really big location for San Francisco, I feel like you'll be able to explore and go around Fred's big estate that he has, and you'll be able to do some sort of sparring matches with the other heroes.
That'd be really good and really obvious.
Good, that's mine.
Also, I hope you go into Fred's room and there's that painting of him all buff as a Viking, but it's Riku.
It's Buff Riku.
Is it sad that I saw that painting and that was my first thought? That stupid fucking image of Riku photoshopped to be buff as hell? You people have damaged me!
I'll send it to you on Twitter.
I hope one of the toys in Fred's room is the toy version of Sora. It's just there.
Nothing creepy about that.
He likes toys.
So here's my final premonition. And I believe the final premonition for this round, unless I blacked out. Did I black out?
Wait, I didn't give mine.
Okay, let's go to
That
Phil.
was just extra one.
I'm just giving 4 this round. I haven't given mine.
Those were parasitic chains. They don't really
dude,
count.
Why does Dan lose track of who's gone and who hasn't gone?
Yeah. Jeez, become a professional, Dan.
Feels turn as the background radiation
All right,
of the
Phil,
universe.
it's time for round number 12. What do you have?
Okay, so they will put the Disney Eurobeat somewhere in this world. Because there was the chase scene where Gogo Tamago is driving, and it's somebody at Disney wanted to put Eurobeat in that scene, and the marketers said no. Because the song they do put in sounds like the build-up to an Initial D song.
Yeah, it does.
So they will crack out the Disney Eurobeat album, and they will put those songs in this world somehow, even if it's just like a store you pass.
Yeah, one of my unused premonition
I
was
really want Yoko Shimomura Eurobeat.
was them remaking that chase sequence. I feel like that's totally a great thing to remake and a great thing to play during it.
You know,
Sora is just crammed into the tiny little car.
Yes. The last generation of consoles, specifically
Donald is driving.
Specifically, the early PS3 games have really damaged me a lot, because when you're like, there's going to be this awesome chase sequence set piece, my brain goes Metal Gear Solid 4. And I just get sad. I'm just like...
How do you...
I heard that game's good.
Yeah, you did.
I heard. I don't play those.
I don't have an opinion on it. I'm just saying, I remembered that it was sad. That's all I'm saying. Okay. My final premonition is one of the ones that's also incredibly likely to get cucked by history.
What are you talking about? It's Phil's turn.
No, that's fine. I have one final super prediction for the very end.
Yeah, Mr. Phil, you haven't had a turn. Go right ahead.
No, it has to be at the very, very end for maximum effect.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine.
He's charging it.
So I think in the final battle trailer, there's a 2-second long clip of a first-person mech segment. And I know that Toy Story has some mech combat, but the aesthetic of the environment they're going through in this doesn't match up with Toy Story. It's got a lot of, like, it looks a lot like a dock and other stuff. And the...
I'm with you.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that this part is actually from San Francisco, and it's Sora piloting an ultra upgraded Baymax, where he's going to fight off a litany of these giant Heartless. Because, you know, there is the one in the Big Hero 6 trailer that they fight as a team. I feel like he's going to have to fight quite a few of those in a row, and he's going to have to use this Mega Baymax in order to do that.
And that seems very likely because there's already a precedent of them reusing mechanics in different worlds, because the shield surfing thing, the shield snowboarding, is in Olympus.
Olympus, yeah.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
They're like surfing down broken, destroyed buildings and like hopping over gaps and stuff across the roofs of like the buildings on Olympus.
Huh. That's really interesting. Okay.
There's also the large grind rail segments. Like you have the door room in Monsters Inc. and they have a similar thing that's just going through the clouds of Olympus.
That's true.
So,
and they also show the grinding and the ring game in San Francisco.
So yeah, I think that's what's going to be up with that, because the coloration and HUD, I don't know. It didn't...
Yeah, but I totally agree that they're going to use those robots in a world that isn't Toy Story.
Mm-hmm.
Like my first thought was that the metal grating around the area kind of looked like Monsters Inc., but it also totally could be San Francisco.
Yeah, I think the part where I started to lean San Francisco was, it kind of has like a lot of wooded construction in the medium distance, so it kind of reminded me of the dock scene from the movie. Yeah, so I think that's what's going to happen, and judging by how this conversation went, I was not cucked by history, so I feel like mission accomplished.
Oh my god, cucked by history.
Well done, Dan.
If it happened twice in one episode, I would just fucking ether. I'd be gone.
We did it, Dan. We survived, except for Feel's last attack.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to unleash it now. I pulled the sheet of paper out of my pocket. What? I've unfolded it.
Uh-huh.
The final prediction. Early in Big Hero 6, they have the lab where you see what everybody is working on, and you will get to go there in Kingdom Hearts 3, and they will talk about an experiment that didn't really work out. And so you'll go through all these security doors. Excuse me, I'm getting a little bit excited. I have to control myself.
Sorry.
So they go through all these security doors, and Sora's like, the excitement is building. Sora's like, what is this? What is this? What is this? And they open the final door, and it's a stocking perfect for making coffee.
God damn it, Phil.
I hate you.
An episode. Stop cursing my channel.
Seriously though, they'll do that and then it's Stitch.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm okay with that, because it's not cold brew.
Oh man.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Gamer Premonitions. Series like this are only possible via the support of our patrons, so if you enjoyed it, consider becoming one of those. You can find more stuff from KZ Excellent over at kzexcellent.com and Mr. Feel at his Twitter account, Mr. Feel's Wild Ride. There are links in the description below, and don't forget to go vote on who had the best premonitions. And be sure to come back next week for the final Kingdom Hearts 3 Premonitions. The executive producers for the months of January 2019 are Fitz Pova, Nicholas Cameron, Ely Boyles, Brendan O'Sullivan, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Dwyzart, and Wadonis. Thanks, everybody. And also, these guys, all their names are gone. If you want to help us make more videos, go over to patreon.com/GigaBoots today. This is a really catchy song.